going on, folks, and welcome back to Four Corners of the Galley. GMG back here for week 3 of our fantasy football advice, folks. How we all doing this week? I hope you guys checked out our waiver wire show. If you haven't, please check it out right here. You see all the top picks from the Coach waiver wire, plus all the fantasy injuries that happened from the past week. All right, folks, we're up to week 3. We got a little understanding of where these players are at and where they're going to be. And the coach is here to give you the next steps. And he's going to break down the quarterback, wide receiver, running back, and tight ends that you're going to need to start and sit this week. Oh, yeah, and a little GM news. I'm pretty impressed by those Patriots there, folks. Picking up Josh Gordon for basically peanuts. I don't know what the Browns are doing. But just that's the Patriot way, I guess, folks. So, whoo, there you go. All right, well, without further ado, guys, here's the coach, and let's get you on your fantasy football advice. What's going on, fantasy football fanatics? Coach back here for week 3. All right, folks, we're back. I've been doing pretty good. I don't know if you've been checking it out, but I've been hitting them pretty nice. I know some of those stars haven't worked out, but overall, the coach has been on fire. So let's keep it rolling for week 3, folks. And here's the quarterbacks that you need to start in week 3. All right, so top of my list, I got Patrick Mahomes. Woo! This rookie is looking nice. I know he's not a rookie, it's year 2, but this is his first year really playing. And man, he's got 6 touchdowns. This is amazing. I don't even know what to say. This kid's on fire. I'm sorry, 6. That was just last game. He's got 10. You put this kid out there every week until he doesn't show you that he can't do this. He's playing the Niners. Their all defense is pretty weak. You throw out Patrick Mahomes is going to take you all the way. And I know that I told you not to start him last week, folks, and I was completely wrong. And you know what? The coach is on the train now. The coach is on the train. You start Fitzmagic, baby. Fitzmagic, you know what? In honor of Fitzmagic, we're gonna do a little something for Fitzmagic here. Coach gonna look real nice. Woo! Unbothered. Coach is unbothered. We got this, folks. Fitzmagic all the way. All right. So let's keep it on. Along with Fitzmagic, he's taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers at home on Monday night. Don't worry, he's unbothered. You take him down. Then I got Mr. Tom Brady. He might be traveling to Detroit, but that Detroit defense is looking horrible, folks. I know we don't know who his receivers are, but he just got Josh Gordon, who's our unicorn, and Detroit knows all about great receivers. Trust me, Josh Gordon gonna go into Detroit and tear it up like Calvin Johnson used to. Megatron 2.0, folks. Here it comes. And then last but not least, folks, you need to put Mr. Kirk Cousins out there. He's taking on the Buffalo Bills. And I don't know about you folks, but I've been watching them Bills, and they don't look good. Kirk Cousins is gonna eat them alive. All right, and my rising star of the week quarterback, folks, is Miss Russell Wilson. Yeah, he's got it all. Mr. Wilson, he's gonna tear it up this week, folks. He's at home versus Dallas, and I know that Dallas D looked good against Eli, but this is Russell Wilson, and when they took on Cam Newton, he ran all over him, and Russ got a little magic still left in those feet, and trust me, he's gonna go off. Now, you're gonna have to sit a couple down this week, folks. So here's my sit-down quarterbacks of the week. This week, I got Mr. Red Rifle, Andy Dalton. I know he tore it up last week versus Baltimore, but he's going down to Carolina. That defense is for real, and I don't think him and AJ get that many touchdowns this week, folks. I think you need to put him on the bench. And my other one on the bench, Mr. Derek Carr. Historically, the Raiders going to the East Coast in a morning game are like 1 in 100. I mean, they just do not wake up before 10 o'clock on the East Coast. They're just not ready for it. And they're going down to Miami in that heat and that swamp, and they're going to get run up. So, sit down, Mr. Carr. All right, guys. There's all my Fitzmagic for this week. Come on back, and we're going to talk about them divas. Let's kick it on to the wide receivers. All right, guys. Now let's move on to the wide receivers. Now, I had to take all that bling off because the wide receivers get excited, and they want to start, matching me, and then we got to take them chains off because we don't need chain snatching anymore. All right, Mr. Talib. You and Mr. Crabtree, relax over there. Stop snatching chains. Coach took his off. Don't worry. Okay, folks. Wide receivers. So this week, man, we riding that Michael Thomas train, folks. We ride that train until he can't be stopped. Michael Thomas is on fire. He's at Atlanta. I don't care who he's playing. Him and Drew Brees are another level, folks. You start Michael Thomas. I also got Mr. D-Hop. D-Hop is back, and he's looking good. With William Fuller on the other side, that frees up D-Hop, and he's going to tear up them New York Giants. They don't really got a good D. They're a little overrated. Don't worry. D-Hop all the way. And this week, we're going with Mr. Tyreek Hill. Man, that freaking Kansas City Chief offense is on fire, and Tyreek Hill is a huge part of it. Go deep, go short. That boy's going to take it all the way. That secondary for San Francisco is not where it needs to be, folks. Take Tyreek Hill. And last but not least, Mr. Stephon Diggs. Man, did he blow up last week. 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. Woo! Him and Cousins are going to shred that Bill defense. There is nothing to stop them. Go with Stephon Diggs, folks. All right. And my rising star, man, you know we going to have to take somebody with Fitzmagic. Mr. Mike Evans, please step up to the plate. I know Deshaun's been keeping every deep bomb that Fitz is throwing, but I think this week, Mr. Mike Evans is going to get a 2-touchdown week, folks, and over 100 yards. You watch it. Them Steelers are not going to look good on the road in Tampa Bay, and Fitzmagic's going to bring all his shine with Mike Evans. You put that on the board, folks. All right. And my sit-downs for the week in the diva category, we're going to have to start with Mr. Mr. Corey Davis, first off, for the Tennessee Titans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, who got probably one of the best secondary in the league. He's only gone for 6 and 5 points, and now that he's got one of the best corners, mainly in Jalen Ramsey, taking him down, you need to sit him down. And also Mr. Demaryius Thomas. I couldn't get his name right first, but I got it now, folks. Demaryius Thomas. I know he's a monster, but Case Keenum on the road going to Baltimore, that does not look good. They have connected only in the first game. The last game, they were completely lost. Sanders has been taking a lot more run, and their running game with Denver has gotten a lot stronger, and they got 2 backs they're using, so I think the wide receivers are going to lose a lot more, and Demaryius Thomas needs to sit down. Woo! That was pretty fast and long, folks, but let's keep it going. Let's move on to the running backs and tell you where we're at now. Coach, calm down, Got excited with Fitzmagic. The Divas got me all pumped up because they saw the chains. We got pumped. All right, folks. Let's move on to these running backs. This week, I got Mr. Kareem Hunt. That's right, folks. I'm riding that Chief train. They're going against the Niners at home. Mahomes, the whole offense is looking amazing. You put Hunt in there, he's going to give you what you need. He might not run it, but he might catch it and run it in, and that's even better. And then we got Mr. Jordan Howard. Now, he's looked pretty nice, but they're taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And that Cardinals team, defense, offense, all together looks horrible. Todd Gurley went for 3 touchdowns and then sat out the 4th quarter. Come on, people. Howard's going to get you at least 1 for sure. And then I got James Conner. Now, I know I've been banging on those Steelers, and I told you they're not good, but the one thing they are going to do right is they're going to run that rock. And James Conner's looked real nice in place of Bell. 100 yards both games. He looks amazing. He's going to go for 100 again and definitely get in the end zone because Roethlisberger ain't going to get nothing else. All right. And then last but not least, folks, I got Mr. Dalvin Cook. That's right, folks. I know you see the theme. I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings versus those Buffalo Bills. You start the entire offense along with the Chiefs against the 49ers. I feel like each one of those teams are going to score at least 30 points, and that's touchdowns and yardage all over the place for people. And Cook's going to get on the board this week and get his first touchdown of the season, folks. And my rising star running back, folks, I got Mr. Tevin Coleman. That's right, folks. Tevin Coleman of the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. They're at home. And with Devontae Freeman out, Tevin Coleman looked real nice last week with over 100 yards rushing and a couple of passing yards. Receiving yards, this guy looks amazing. He is the bell cow, and he looks great behind that offense. Look for him to look good again with another touchdown. And this is going to hurt you, folks, but the sit-downs of the week, let me start with Mr. Derrick Henry. That's right, the Tennessee Titans are taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville, and Derrick Henry is a beast, but that Jaguar defense is a little more scary than you think. I think Dion Lewis might get some out of the backfield, and they're going to stop the big Henry up the middle because they need to know that he needs to stop. And right now, folks, you just need to leave alone all them Green Bay running backs. I don't know, from Jamal Williams to Aaron Jones to Ty Montgomery, each one of them touches the ball 5 to 6 times. Each one of them gets 30 yards. That's not helping you in fantasy. That ain't helping anybody. That might be good for them in efficiency-wise, but in fantasy, 3 points out of your running back is horrible. So sit them down, move away from them, and let's go on to the next week, folks. All right, let's kick it over to tight ends and finish this week strong. Guys, let's move on to these tight ends. Now, like I told you before, as long as Rob Gronkowski is healthy, he is number 1 on my list. I know, Coach cheats every week. I'm just telling you. And they take it on the Detroit Lions. Man, the Detroit Lions couldn't catch a cold right now. And tight ends, they always shred the Lions. So watch for Gronk to go for at least 2 touchdowns because he might be the only one scoring. And then I got Mr. George Kittle. That's right, folks. Not the Chiefs. But the Niners, George Kittle and Garoppolo have formed a nice relationship over the first 2 games. And if Kittle would have just caught the ball 2 more times, he'd have 2 more touchdowns. But I think they get it together this week, and Kittle definitely gets in the end zone against those Chiefs. Also got Mr. Trey Burton. I know, you saw him sitting down last week. Well, this week they're taking on the Arizona Cardinals. If it wasn't for a little shovel pass, Trey Burton wouldn't have had nothing. This week, against some Cardinals in that weak defense, Trey Burton going to get on the field, and he going to get at least 50 to 60 yards and a TD. You watch it, folks. And my last but not least, Mr. O.J. Howard. We riding that Fitz magic, baby. Fitz magic is looking nice. All his receivers are loving it, and O.J. Howard is a big old beast that's going to eat up them Steelers. All right, folks. Now, my rising star in the Titans. Oh, that's right, folks. I took a Steeler. Yeah, Jesse James. Now, I know the Steeler offense is looking a little rugged, but Jesse James has become a security blanket for Roethlisberger. And I think, with that being said, the Steelers are going to move the ball. And Jesse James is going to sneak one of those touchdowns in and give you that 9 to 10 points that you really want from a tight end that's better than those 5 points. So you want to roll with Jesse James this week, folks, because he's been hot and you want to keep it going. And my sit-downs of the week for tight end, well, first up, folks, I got Mr. Jake Doyle. He's the Indianapolis Colts tight end. And you might not hear about him because Eric Ebron's been on fire. And that's the exact reason why you want to sit him down. In fantasy drafts, he was drafted like the 6th tight end. Now he's not getting any run. And as long as Ebron's been on fire, you want to sit down Doyle. And I also got Ben Watson. You got the tight end for the New Orleans Saints. He has had a pretty weak year. And a team where freaking Drew Brees relies big on his tight ends. He has not been looking for him this year. Michael Thomas and Kamara be getting all the work, and you want to sit down Watson until you know that him and Brees have created that chemistry. Woo! Well, there it is, folks. A little Fitz magic and a little love. There's week 3, guys. Come on back next week so you can enjoy the coach all again.